Hello and welcome to another episode of Franklin and Douglas, where we talk about current events and give you bad advice. I'm Franklin, and with me, as always, is my buddy Douglas. Double D, how's it going?
It is going great. How have you been doing?
I'm doing well. It's been going well. I'm having my deck redone this week.
Ooh,
Nothing too exciting, but I will be happy when they finish, so that I can get back to having coffee in the morning on the deck, on the veranda. What do the Golden Girls say? On the
on the
lanai.
lanai. Get out your
Yeah,
bikini, go out and, sunbathe.
right. Exactly. So yeah, I'll be happy when they finish with that, hopefully mid next week. And yeah, it's that's about the only thing that's been going on. So pretty quiet. How's your week been?
Well, like we mentioned in the last podcast, last weekend was our Oktoberfest out here. So Monday, I went to our local Oktoberfest. Weather was perfect, like around 70 degrees.
That's toasty.
Right? They had events like a 5K race and a 1 mile walk, which your boy Douglas did the 1 mile walk with his brother.
Oh, and you're still alive?
Yes, I
Proud of you.
survived.
And you were outside? Wow.
That's the bit.
Who
Yeah,
is
the
this
sun.
person? Well, that's
Uh,
good. I'm glad to hear that. Good.
Thanks. So yeah, you knew you would be proud of me. I did end up with a free beer at the end of the walk, so maybe
Of
that
course.
counteracted.
That's what you were walking for, that free beer.
Exactly. They had lots of live music, beer, of course, buildings with local crafts people selling their wares, such as authentic German Wiener dog hats, which I'm sending you a picture now of that authentic German Wiener dog hat.
And it does look like a wiener. That's cute.
You see all the Germans wearing those hats for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's cute. I like that.
They
Did you
had
get me
a
one?
what's that?
Did you get me one?
No, I'm sorry, I did not.
Wow. Okay.
I figured you already had
Continue.
one.
I do have some wieners, yes.
They had a large building called the Glockenspiel, where performance
Mm.
came out, and it looked like a large cuckoo clock almost. Like in how the two little figures would come out of each door and then do something and then
Oh,
go back
yes.
in.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
set up
That's
like
cute.
that. They'd come out, they dance and they sing, they throw stuff at the crowd, what have you.
That's
Um,
awesome.
they also had wiener dog races, which was adorable. The owners sat at the finish line when they let the little dogs go, and the dogs would go not to their owner; they go to somebody else every time. It seemed like, and so you could see the
Did a
owners getting like
did a wiener come up
frustrated.
to you?
No, wieners are always
Oh.
coming at me.
Mm. To the face.
But it was cute. Like just the owners, like, no, not you, and like they're trying to get their dog to come to them, but everyone else's dog's coming to them. So
That's cute. Okay, well, I'm glad you had a good time doing that. That's awesome.
yeah, and then just at the end of my week here, I'm finally put out my Halloween decorations because tis the season.
Oh my goodness, where has this year gone?
I know. If you can put out Christmas decorations in November and July, I can put out my Halloween in September.
I don't know what you're talking about. I do my tree up.
So yeah, so that was my week.
Okay, great. It's nice to hear. Glad you guys had a good time.
Yeah. So what topics you got for us this week?
I thought we would talk about the WNBA as they're heading into their playoffs
Mm.
this month. And the main topic I'd like to discuss is the whole drama around Caitlin Clark.
Oh,
And if you don't know Double D, she's the rookie phenom, number one draft pick for the Indiana Fever.
okay.
So, ever since joining the league, she's gotten so much, dare I say, hate,
Really?
from everyone in the league, a lot of strong animosity. And some of the games I've watched, I had to check to see if I wasn't watching a football game, the way they were just tossing her around on the court, right?
I saw a
And
clip of
so,
that. Yeah.
yeah, it's just been a little, rough how they seem like they're treating her.
Hmm.
And as I look at it, she's not been asking for this press, or she's not been, very, disrespectful. She's been very happy to come to the league and do what she can. And with her team starting off, I think 1-9, now they're heading into the playoffs. They've gotten into the playoffs with her great play and everything that she's been doing. But I really don't think that the whole league is very appreciative of what she has accomplished. And
Hmm.
it seems very racially motivated as well. Obviously she is white,
Hmm.
and there are some great basketball players that are black, but I don't really see color. I see talent, and I think that she has a great career ahead of her.
Hmm.
But the hate that she's been getting is just it's ridiculous. And I'm just like, women can be very nasty and mean and just you know, not supportive of each other. I think that she has brought a lot to the league, and more people are watching the games. The stands are filling up, and what that's going to bring is money to the organization,
Right.
and so some of these players can start getting paid the way the NBA players are getting paid.
Hmm.
Stephen Curry just signed a $62 million 1 year contract with the Warriors. $62 million. That's like half the league for the women, of their salaries.
And he's not even
But
as talented as the women. Oh,
no, he's trash, right?
put that on the record.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, man. But no, I just find it, it's sad because, obviously women have to fight for a lot of things, but then to fight amongst each other is
Hmm.
ridiculous. And it's always they're pitted against each other regardless. But to see them doing the things that they're doing, and I think now they've kind of lightened up a little bit, and she's gotten a lot more positive feedback from some of the league's older players that have retired now.
Hmm.
But to see some of the the physical things that are happening to her on the court, she's not going to last if they
Right.
continue to throw her around like a rag doll. I don't know that if you've seen some of the games that have been played, but it's kind of like sometimes I'm like, shouldn't they like be throwing players out? I mean, there was one
Yeah.
play this somebody just came up behind her and just body slammed her, you know?
Yeah. There was something I was reading where they said if that was LeBron, he would have been in the stands with that hit.
Right? Right? It's like some of these players, like, yes, you think about that. If Stephen Curry, that happened to him again, LeBron James. If
Hmm.
these things were happening to these players, first of all, the person that did it would no longer be in the league.
Right.
They would definitely, kick them out. What is it? Draymond Green, he's gotten suspended
Mm.
and for some of the play that he has done. And so I haven't seen anything like that from some of these female players that are going on right now. And there's just so much drama behind this young lady. She's only 22 years old, and she's playing fantastic basketball.
Yeah.
You know, I I'm not I'm not a huge fan of hers, but I've become a fan of hers because of how she has, just stood in there and has, taken the heat, done what she has to do, and then has gotten her team to the playoffs. The team hasn't gotten playoffs and think um since they started. I don't know.
Right.
That was, I know that it's been a long time, but to have gotten them to this point, I think that is a tribute to her talent. And I definitely hope that she wins rookie of the year for her team
Hmm.
and, just to kind of make a statement for the league. It was also a lot of drama behind her not getting to be a part of the Olympic team. Now, granted, she just started in the league. I think she really needed that rest too,
Hmm.
for that Olympic break. If I was her, I'd have been like, "I'm cool,
Yeah.
thank you."
Yeah.
She'll have a lot more times to be, an Olympic champion. I think that she will definitely be a force to be reckoned with in the league. But to me, it's really sad to see how the other female players are treating her
Yeah.
and, you know, what is being said and done to her. So, that's my take on it. I think that, um, I hope she, stays in there and doesn't get hurt.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I think that she has just been amazing and is doing some really good things and has not said anything negative about all the, the harassment and the hate that she's been getting. She just goes in there and plays her basketball and, goes home and probably soaks in the Epsom salt bath afterwards.
I when I was looking, I couldn't really find any bad press of anything that she was saying back either. I was
Right.
pretty impressed.
Yeah. No, I like her. I like how, she's been carrying herself. And I think that, yeah, she's going to be, really phenomenal. And I think that she's really put a positive light on the WNBA and has brought more people to the stands. And I think that it's a tribute to her, and I think, that a lot of people are kinda jealous of that
Hmm.
because, they've been in the league for so long, and they've been doing their work and whatnot, but, now that she's come along, they're like, "Oh my," "It's not because of her, it's not be." Well, partly, you know, people want to see her,
Yeah.
and be it because she's, a straight white female? Maybe. I don't know. But we'll see how she turns out in a couple of years. Somebody gonna get her.
I do enjoy, or I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but I was happy to see some of the NBA stars come out in defense of her too. You had Charles Barkley, who went on Bill Simmons' The Ringer show, saying that
Mhm.
the WNBA cannot have fucked this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried, which,
Exactly.
regarding how WNBA's media negative narratives around the whole situation. Like, the
Mhm.
WNBA is profiting off of this player, but they're not doing any favors to this player.
Exactly. They're not you don't see anything extra happening. You don't see,
Hmm.
these players that are doing the things that they're doing to her. There no one's I haven't seen anybody get suspended for some of the things. I mean, like she was running back down down to the other side, and somebody just came up and ran her over. Just
Yeah.
like, like seriously, it was like a football move, and
Hmm.
I was like, okay, are they going to kick this person out of the league or, suspend them? Nothing happened. You know, it's crazy.
And
So,
reading through like the comments of women, they say that they're women, female coaches of women's teams, saying, a lot of this is on the coach too, of that woman that ran into Caitlin Clark the way that she did.
hmm,
That's kind of taught from the coach and should have been
right,
disciplined, and it hasn't.
right.
So a lot of that goes back to the coaches too, apparently.
And her teammates need to step up.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to go to battle for her. I would put in, if you don't want to put in one of your other stars, I'd put a bench warmer in and be like, go knock that person out. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You'll get suspended, whatnot. You'll be paid, but go take care of that.
Are,
Seriously,
are we already in the bad advice section of the show?
that's good advice. Her
Yeah.
teammates need to stick up for her.
Yeah.
When she gets knocked down like that, they need to rise up and protect her. That's their star.
Yeah.
If she gets hurt and is out, people aren't going to come fill the stands, and that's just you know plain and simple right there. But no, they really do. Her teammates need to step up for her
Mhm.
and start defending her on the court and making sure that people know that, hey, you're not going to keep getting away with this. And we're all in this together. And when she
Mhm.
takes a hit, somebody needs to rally up and knock some heads off. I would, me. I'm down for the cause. Let's go.
You know me, I get hit once, I'll be on the ground crying, won't be able to go back into
Yeah,
the game.
exactly. Crying in the corner. But
I
no,
did.
it's true. Yeah, her teammates need to step up and defend her
I
at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. I did want to mention too. Speaking of the NBA players again, LeBron James had posted on his Instagram story when Clark had her triple double. he
Mhm.
commented high haters on it, which I thought
Yes.
was great. And you
Right,
also had
right.
Cynthia. You had mentioned some of the older players, Cynthia Cooper from the WNBA, who had won some championships, was speaking with some Clark supporters and was saying some
Mhm.
really positive things. So it's nice to also see, like you said, people that have been in the WNBA, won championships, also coming out and speaking up for her as well. So,
Yeah, that's right. So good, good luck to her and her
mhm,
team. And hopefully they make it through the playoffs. Although I am a Las Vegas fan, I am rooting for her, and I do hope that she does well and gets to the finals.
mhm,
But at the end of the day, her team and her coaches need to stick up for her and protect her. And I hope that she has a prolonged, career so that the WNBA can be, you know, a lot more financially sound like the NBA.
mhm,
And yeah, women's sports is amazing. It's great to see. But I also would like that women play together and not be mean girls,
yeah.
It's it's not a good look to the ladies, but we'll
Well,
see how it
and
how
you
it
had
works out.
mentioned, that you're still rooting for Vegas, and I think the same thing with the NBA. Like you have, like I joke around about Steph Curry, but I recognize that he's a good player, regardless of what I might say.
He is a great player.
I don't know if
Get
I
it
go that
correct.
far, but
He is
I
great.
have my favorite teams. But I can recognize when players are big and bring attention to a league and have talent and skill. So, hopefully we'll get to that same point in the WNBA.
Definitely, definitely. So, yeah. But no, that's what I just wanted to touch on. Like I
Mhm.
say, it's been, just amazing to see, but
Yeah.
uh I think that's pretty good that we're going to get to this point. And who knows, women rule the world anyway, like Beyonce said, right?
Yeah. Who run the world? Girls.
Girls. Oh, that's good stuff. Is there anything else that you had that you wanted to talk about today?
And no, I thought that was a great, great topic. Very, very informative. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Next week you'll bring us some other interesting little tidbits to discuss. And now, do you have any submissions for advice that people need?
Of course. So, as always, we want to remind our audience that we are not trained professionals and our advice should not replace trained professional help or the answers you may get from a magic 8 ball.
That's true.
But what do we
That
always
is true.
say, Franklin?
Well, if we survived the Castro, we can survive anything,
Hmm,
and that's why we can help you.
my liver is still intact as far as I know.
Exactly.
Today, we are pulling our questions from Reddit's advice category. If you'd like us to
Okay.
answer your request for advice, please DM us on our socials or comment. Maybe your question will appear on our next episode.
All right.
All right. So,
Bring it
our
on.
first question comes from user on Reddit, JDJSNNXNS. So, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. We'll just call him Jay. Their
Okay.
question starts off with, how do I make friends? Hi, I'm a 21-year-old female, am in my senior year of college, and I have trouble making friends. My closest friends live far away, and the only people I was somewhat close to here at my university have graduated and moved on. I have no idea how to make friends, and I feel so lonely. I've tried joining groups, making the first moves, and things like that, but I always feel like my efforts are in vain. Everyone here already has their friends group, and I'm not sure where I can fit in. Any advice helps.
Well, first of all, you're asking the wrong people right now because we don't like people. So, honey, stay home. It's fun. It's
Your life will
not
be
to be
so much easier.
exactly when you don't have to deal with people and the drama. Trust and believe that. But I mean, making friends it was always hard. I mean, but also check your personality because it shouldn't be that hard. Just start up a conversation, sitting next to somebody. As long as it's not the serial killer, it should be fine. But when in doubt, stay home. Don't worry about it. Don't talk to people. That's the best advice
Right.
I can give you. I mean, it's worked for us for so long, right?
That's true. As well as someone who doesn't like people myself, I feel like again, I'm probably not the best to give advice, but I would think, you're in college. Everyone loves the college mascot, right? So why don't you dress up as your college mascot and do some popular TikTok dances that the kids are doing these days in your
The tiki
class?
talk.
The tickety talks. Bring in a t-shirt cannon and fire off t-shirts with your name and phone number printed on them. I mean, who doesn't love a free t-shirt?
That's true. I always love the free T-shirt.
And you'll be memorable. People are like, oh yeah, you are that crazy lady that came in dressed up like our mascot and shot t-shirts at me.
We don't want to be friends with you though.
Yeah, you're a little much.
You're a lot much. So yeah.
I did want to mention another user had responded, and I absolutely loved their response. They said for the poster to join a cult. I hear they have great sense of community, and it's a surefire way to make new friends. Plus, you never know, you might end up with some cool matching robes.
That's true. That's always true. But
I
when in
mean,
doubt, stay at home by yourself.
you could bring the Kool-Aid packets,
Oh, as long as it's red.
That's true.
Okay. Bless her heart. I hope she finds some friends.
I mean, yeah, if that's what she wants, go for it. I advise against it, but
Oh my God. All
all
right. What
right.
else you got?
So the next question, the next and last question I have here comes from user Cologne Grown. And their
Mm,
question is, why shouldn't I go to a strip club for my upcoming birthday? So Cologne writes, turning 31 later this month. I've only gone to one when I was 19. They're Canadian. Didn't get any dances, just want to see what it was like. Me and a friend chatted with girls, and this was shortly after I was dumped. I've not been with any girls since. I'm touch deprived and lonely as shit. If buying
he
sex
hasn't,
was
wait a minute. He hasn't been with anybody since he's been 19 and he's
that
31?
yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
I have not been with any girls since. I'm touch deprived and lonely as shit. If
He's
buying
going to
sex was
explode.
legal in this trash country, then I resort to that, but strip club is the next best option. I say this as I doubt I'll ever have any romantic partner ever again.
Poor thing. I, I'm confused. I need more information. Has he not been with anybody since he's 19?
I mean, going off
Seriously.
of this post, that's what it
Oh,
sounds
he
like.
hasn't been touched since then? Yeah, if anybody touched, he might explode. I That's crazy. Poor thing. Um, you know, yeah, if you have to pay for it, pay for it. Go to the strip club. But he might wanna, get himself a fluffer first because you don't wanna go to the strip club, first person is, touches you, you just shoot your wad all over him,
Oh
you
my.
know? So, but yeah, I mean, he needs to venture out. That's a serial killer in waiting right there. I I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, you and then what's wrong with his hand and lotion? Touch yourself. Nobody can love you better than you love yourself.
Sometimes you just need the touch of another.
Okay, well, put a glove on. That's another hand.
What is it? You sit on your hand so it falls asleep and then you.
And then you beat yourself. Poor thing. He needs to move away from that city or town wherever he's living.
Yeah, is he in like the middle of like a farm town where it's just him and, Billy Bob?
And the other cult members.
My apologies to anyone named Billy Bob out there.
Oh, Billy Bob.
Well, little known fact, this is actually how you and I met. Remember when I was working stage 2 at that strip club? It had the Olympic horse and the chair with like the rain head on it, like in Flashdance.
Feel it, can't have it all.
You were the bouncer, and I had asked for help when this female client who was, in her later years, she's a senior female client. She had her teeth clenched onto my G string and would not let go.
That was a sight to see.
We'll have to finish that story another day,
Exactly.
but to this person, I'd say if you're striking out with the ladies, download you some Grinder and have at it, my dude.
Mm.
There's plenty of
Ooh,
single and married men in your area who are willing to help you out.
exactly. And it'll keep it on the DL.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it on the down low.
And you never know. Maybe Billy Bob is out there looking for someone too.
Ooh, Billy Bob. Yeah. Bless his heart. Yeah, he can find somebody if he really truly wants to find somebody. Go online, brother. There's plenty of people out there.
And that's with these questions. You're only giving the context of what they're putting out there. Like maybe
Yeah.
some therapy needs to be involved. I'm all for good advice.
Some
Saying go see a
some therapy.
therapist, find out what's going on.
That is the truth. Wow. Well, those are some interesting comments. But keep them coming. I love it. I think you never know how people are going through out there, but to hear it is kind of like okay.
Well, I'm glad we can help regardless.
Exactly. Well, that's great. Well, thank you as always.
Yeah,
Appreciate getting together with you and talking through stuff. Next week, you have something special planned for us, I think.
always. Every episode is a special episode when I'm
Of
involved.
course. Ooh, daddy. All right. Well, it was always good to see you and good to talk with you.
Yeah, good to see you.
And
Good to talk to you again, everyone. Please like, follow, subscribe, however you're watching us. Leave a comment. Um, thumbs up, thumbs down. We appreciate it.
thumbs in your bum. All right. Put it in my bum.
What in the butt?
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.